All right, so today we are going over fiber for fat loss. I'm gonna swipe her on over today's contents. We're gonna be going over the benefits of fiber for fat loss. We're gonna go over soluble versus insoluble fiber, and then we're gonna go through a quick little meal plan and grocery list sample. So first things first, benefits of fiber. It's going to keep us full longer. So fiber slows down digestion, which stabilizes our blood sugar and prevents those sudden hunger crashes that lead to overeating. Number two, lowers our calorie density. So high fiber foods, vegetables, fruits, beans, whole grains tend to be bulkier with fewer calories. So your plate's going to look fuller without overloading on calories. Number three, this is going to help support our gut microbiome, or otherwise known as gut health. So a healthy gut microbiome improves digestion, reduces inflammation, and can actually influence our fat storage and metabolism.
Wow.
Number four, this is going to help reduce our cravings. So it's going to help stabilize our blood sugar levels. And then we're going to have fewer junk food cravings. Soluble fiber, especially like oats, beans, and apples, can reduce our appetite. And then number five, this can overall improve our health. So this can help lower our cholesterol levels. Soluble fiber is going to help reduce LDL, that quote unquote bad cholesterol. So that's what's going to be getting stuck in our arteries, versus HDL is what's going to help clear our arteries. Reduces our risk of heart disease. A high fiber diet is associated with a lower risk of coronary heart disease and strokes. It's going to help lower our risk of diabetes type 2 specifically by regulating our blood sugar levels. And then it's also going to help reduce our risk of cancer. Fiber is directly linked
Oh,
to particularly colon cancer. So low fibrous diets can be attributed to colon cancer. So having a high fibrous diet can be very beneficial for our overall health and longevity. So going into soluble versus insoluble fibers. Soluble fiber is going to be what you think of as dissolving in water, forms into a gel in your gut. So if you've ever like put chia seeds in water and it like absorbs, right? It's going to take up more space. It's going to help slow your digestion, help keep you full longer. It's going to help regulate your blood sugar levels and help reduce craving. And it's going to help bind to cholesterol and help with your heart health. Versus insoluble fibers are going to be things that help move things along. So it's going to help speed up and help prevent constipation, and it keeps digestion regular. So we're thinking of like whole grains, nuts, seeds, broccoli, cauliflower, leafy greens. So soluble, satiating, keeps you full longer. Insoluble, internal broom, helps keep you regular. Our fiber goal for women specifically between 20 and 25. If we are male, up to 35. But again, you can play around with what feels good for your digestion. And then we're going to go through a quick little meal plan and grocery list and what that might look like. And so I'm just going over a quick, like few different options with some grams for a good vision. So if we're looking at a cup of broccoli, about 5 grams of fiber, cauliflower, about 3 grams, Brussels sprouts, about 4 grams, carrots, about 3.5, spinach, about 4, kale, about 2.5, and zucchini, around 2 for a cup. When I'm looking at fruit, raspberries are a really great option, as well as blackberries sitting around of fat. Oh, I think my headphones just died. Blueberries around 4 grams, apples around 4.5, pears 5.5 with the skin, of course, oranges 3, and bananas 3 as well. And we're looking at some legumes, so lentils, black beans, chickpeas, kidneys, edamame. These are also going to be a lot higher in fiber here. So doing like a good weekly chili can be a really great option for us to boost our fiber throughout the week with legumes, or even making like some tacos and adding in black beans or lentils, etc. there as well. And then looking over our whole grains, so oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, whole wheat bread, high fiber wraps or tortillas, depending on the brand. That can vary based on how much is in each tortilla or wrap. Nuts and seeds as well. So walnuts, almonds, sunflower seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds can be some great sources as well. Obviously a little bit lower. Chia seeds are going to be higher out of all of them. And keep in mind, these are going to be higher in calories as well. And then we're looking at other starchy sources like sweet potatoes, and green peas. Some easy fiber hacks here. So some easy ways for us to hit 20 to 25 grams each day
1 cup of berries, 1 cup of veggies, 1 cup of legumes or beans, 1 cup of our 1 high fiber wrap or whole grain serving, as well as a small handful of nuts or seeds. And then going into a sample of, let's say we have a goal of 1,700 calories, 130 grams of protein, and 25 to 30 grams of fiber. Here's what that could look like. So for breakfast, we could have a savory Greek yogurt bowl. So some Greek yogurt, cucumbers, tomatoes, some walnuts, whole grain toast, and some lemon and herbs. So that sits us at around 260 calories for 20 grams of protein and 6 grams of fiber. Going into our lunch with a chicken souvlaki plate. So we got chicken, a whole wheat pita, some roasted veggies, tzatziki, and then some leafy greens and some lemon. So 420 calories there for 40 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. Going into dinner, a high fiber beef taco, so some extra lean ground beef, some corn tortillas, black beans, some salsa, lettuce, tomato, onion, and some light cheese, sitting at 450 calories, 35 grams of protein, and 9 grams of fiber. And then if we want to have a couple snacks throughout the day, so we got a protein berry bowl with some cottage cheese, blueberries, and walnuts, sitting us at 210 calories, 22 grams of protein, and 3 grams of fiber. And then a little turkey wrap with 1 high fiber wrap, 2 ounces of turkey slices or leftover chicken, and then some veggies inside, sitting us at around 360 calories and 23 grams of protein for 7 grams of fiber. And then this is just a quick little grocery list template for that meal sample. So going over the proteins that you would need to pick up, the vegetables and greens, the grains, the fruits, the nuts, seeds, and some extra condiments. And that concludes today's slide. And I'll just end my screen share here. Stop share. Oh, you were on silent there. I don't know if you said anything.
I took screenshots of the stuff, that's why.
Okay. No worries at all. I'm going to be posting this in our on-demand section as well, so you'll have the complete ebook for download available too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course. Any questions or concerns over today's topic, or any other questions related to our fitness journeys at the moment?
What brands does High Fiber wrap? Do you know?
Have you seen these guys here?
No, but I'll look for them.
So I have seen them at Safety Mart before in Ashcroft.
Okay.
Most like any bigger retailer like in Kamloops is going to have these as well. They're called like
Perfect.
They're going to be lower in carbs. Like I didn't pick them because I'm keto by any means, but what I liked about them is there's 20 grams of fiber in one wrap.
Wow.
Yeah. So she makes hitting your fiber goal. They're very tasty. I've had them, and these are my favorite. Like they're not advertised as a high fiber wrap per se.
Yeah.
They are loaded with fiber, and most like fiber, like high fiber specific, is usually like between like 8 and 12 grams. And these guys just like sneak it in with the keto. So those ones
That's
are
awesome.
my favorite go-to for high fiber wraps. Also pick up like a whole grain option as well, where you're gonna have more seeds and like flax seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, etc. That's gonna help boost your fiber as well, with help stabilize your blood sugar levels, and it's also gonna burn energy to try and break those foods down further.
Perfect. I'm going grocery shopping after this, so
yeah, Diamond, I love that.
I do have a question about food.
Yeah.
How often should we be eating during the day? Should it be 3 meals and snacks, or does it matter per person?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think like the biggest thing, like we get so hung up on the frequency versus looking at our lifestyle and seeing like what fits best for your lifestyle, right? And this could change in different seasons too, right? So if we've got someone that's really busy on the go, isn't at home frequently to cook meals, it might not be super logistic for them to have 3 meals a day because they just don't have time to get that third meal in. And so then we might be focusing on higher calories, higher protein, higher fiber in 2 meals a day versus 3. Some people might be having 3 meals a day and have like scheduled breaks where they can have that throughout the day, where they have like snacks that they can consume throughout the day. So it really depends on someone's lifestyle and whether, like, let's say they're on the road, whether they're working a desk job, whether they're working in education, right? Like all these things in a hospital, like all these things are going to play into their availability or their ability to take breaks and eat food, or like what their schedules are looking like. So it really depends on the individual. So I always suggest picking something that works for your lifestyle that you can stay the most consistent with. where you can build consistency is going to be your best bang for your buck, so that your body is understanding, okay, this is where we're getting fuel time, and you will be able to set that in. Your appetite's going to start during those time frames versus you being starving at a time that doesn't suit you, where you're too busy to be able to eat, and then we're getting hangry, etc. Right?
Hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course. What would that look like for you right now in this season of your life?
Usually I do the 3 meals a day and one snack
Yeah.
throughout the day because that works for me. I have my breakfast at home usually most days. If I'm on the go, I'll try to grab something in the morning. Like my favorite is the skyr with berries and chia seeds and sometimes some nuts and stuff in there. It's one of my favorites, my favorite go-to. But yeah, and then beef jerky I find for a snack really helps get the protein up there too.
You get the one by I can't think of the name of it. It's made in Chop and Block.
Yes.
So good. So
Yes, and
good.
high in protein.
And less ingredients than most like beef jerky preservatives, right? Like you're
Yes.
like, but there's only like there's less than 10 ingredients versus a lot of other beef jerkies have like 20 plus ingredients.